So I am the Vice President of the Twin Rivers Unified School District, also a Foothill alumni and former Foothill High School assistant boys basketball coach and former Foothill High School girls basketball head coach.
Well, I teach CTE digital media here at Foothill High School, and our deputy principal, Dr. Simmons, came to me last week and asked if we could put together a crew to, do the video for the games and for the interviews after and sometimes before the games.
And I am the digital media / career choices instructor for Creative Connections Arts Academy.
I am the culinary arts teacher. We, as CTE, we're involved with everything on campus, so we're feeding everybody here. That's what we do. So we got here nice and early and brewed some coffee and made some pastries and created a great breakfast for all of the coaches that came to coach their teams today, as well as every student here volunteering on campus today and every teacher who's here on campus. And now we're serving lunch. So we made a nice lunch, and then we'll just keep everyone happy and fed all day long.
So my program is part of the sports medicine pathway, and the first course is kinesiology, which is the study of human movement. And I tend to break it up as like Sports Med 1 and Sports Med 2.
So like I said, this is a district event. Twin Rivers Unified does this every year. We started doing the Superintendent's Cup just a couple short years ago. Just want to come show my support. I know all the head coaches here, boys and girls. I love seeing them, show my support to the student athletes and the coaches and everybody involved.
Well, I'm in a supervisory role, so I've been monitoring. We have 5 different positions ultimately, and from the scoreboard, not the actual scoreboard, we have the video board, the information that goes on the video board. We don't keep track of the numbers on the score, but we do the other stuff that goes up there. And got a position of cameras at the top of the bleachers. We got a photographer for photo on the floor taking pictures of games, and we have a videographer on the floor also. And then we have this room where we have producers and cameramen in here working for the interviews.
So the kinesiology class, we just learned basics about the human body, how it works, some of the nomenclature, the language to learn the science of movement. We do a lot of anatomy, a bit of business, kind of learning the ins and outs of the medical career. And then the second year, we have Sports Medicine 2. And that particular class is mostly about learning how to deal with injuries, how to recognize them, how to treat them, how to prevent them, some of the taping and strapping and bracing techniques that we use in the field of sports medicine. And we have another area where we set up resumes and stuff and kind of get ready for either college or working in the field of sports medicine.
Right now, as a CTE instructor, I teach the students how to utilize the equipment to their best of abilities. I teach them how the rule of thirds, basic rules in regard to creating video, how to use Photoshop. I teach the entire Adobe suite, Photoshop, Premiere Pro, Audition, After Effects, everything that they can learn and want to learn. My advanced students go out and create monthly short films, start to finish, from a script, storyboarding, on out to a completed edit, whereas my beginners get to do more of a broadcast journalism program because I have a television studio in C7, my next class.
It's all about what I feel like cooking. So I go to the store, I had a budget, and I try to stay within that to the best of my abilities, but I go in and I just kind of see what speaks to me, what's going to feed a lot of people for the least amount of money, but be fun for the kids to make and have lots of variety and lots of options. Every year my budget goes down and and the price of food goes up. So we make lots of breads because they're cheap, but it's a good skill set to have. But everything's based on budget. We don't really cook meats because they're expensive. Every single thing we do is based on our budget.
Career technical education at Foothill High School, we've got, my program's the digital media program, and Mr. Pass has the sports medicine program, and Ms. Tobias has the culinary program, and there's a carpentry construction program. Mr. Lingy teaches that one. That's first and second period only. Not a lot of people know about that one, but our school offers that, and it's really a pathway for students to, not everyone goes to college, not everyone goes to military, but it's a pathway for people to learn certain trades and often go on and go to higher levels. A lot of students out of my class, I've got some that go on to college. They've done college stuff with digital media, but I've had some that go, I've got a couple who work at Channel 10 News. They go on and some do make a lot of money doing weddings. I've got a student, Mike Noga, he graduated, what was it, 2017 or 18, somewhere in there maybe, and state champion for photography for California, for Schools USA. He went on to nationals and got 6th place. He gets paid to go to Sonoma, Napa, and these places and drive sports cars, Lamborghinis and Maseratis, and drive around and park at a nice spot and take pictures of them. Yeah, he gets paid for doing that. So what a cool job, right? So there's a lot of opportunities for CTE students. I can speak for my program, the culinary and sports med and the construction and all that. They can speak for theirs too. But I think it's a great program for students to advance themselves and at least, get an opportunity to do stuff.
Favorite aspect? Oh my goodness. Bottom line, it's helping people. It's kind of a characteristic of mine, and in this profession of medicine and sports medicine, it's helping people, getting people back up and functioning the way they want to be, or bettering themselves. Had plenty of college opportunities to teach at a college level, but I thought that high school was the level that I really wanted to change kids and kind of get them in the right direction of a career that I fell in love with and am very passionate about.
It is the veritable light bulb moment when a concept that you're trying to explain to the students, they just get it. The joy of them understanding something a concept you're trying to explain, and it goes bing, and you can actually see the light bulb go off on the top of their head, and they get it, and then they utilize it. And they use that same concept. You can see it, that thread running through their narratives, their documentaries, their music videos, what have you.
It's a very rewarding job to see kids who not sure which direction they want to go, and to see that light bulb kick in, and to know that I had a little bit something to do with that light bulb. And there's nothing more enjoyable than getting that call a few years down the road. It's like, hey, Mr. Pass, I want to thank you. I'm in my junior year of college and I know what I want to do. Or seeing them graduate from, to a PA school or med school or something, and getting those messages from students in the past. There's nothing more rewarding than that.
I love it. It's my form of art. I'm not a very creative person, but I'm very creative in the kitchen. So I feel like it's my creative outlet.
I've done it a long time. I love taking pictures. I still do, even on my own. Personally, I even love old film photography. I develop my own film. Let's talk about sports today. It's one of the most challenging to take pictures because it's indoor. We're not using flash indoors here, but we have nice cameras. To capture the action, not people running away from you, but the slam dunk or the layup that's got the facial expressions and all that. Just to capture the action is what I really enjoy about sports photography. There's other aspects too, but let's talk about the sports.